Good evening. Well, we can do better than that, I think. Good evening. All right. Well, you guys are troopers to come out on a night like this, I'll tell you. Thank you very much for being here. We're very grateful for you to come out on such a crappy night tonight. And few housekeeping notes, and then we'll get started. For those of you who haven't been here before, you're in the packing house. And all of our programming is hosted by the Eastern Connecticut Center for History, Art, and Performance. We go by ECCHAP for short. We're a 501c3 nonprofit cultural organization. We also run a gallery and a small history museum in the building behind me. We're open from 10 to noon every Saturday, so if you're in the vicinity, please stop in. Restrooms in the back corner, and in the unlikely event of an emergency tonight, we have a second exit here to my left. I got a call from my wife, and the power's out at my house, but that's in Albany, New York, so hopefully we don't have to worry about it. But if the power does go out, you're on your own. So anyway, we do have some soft drinks and snacks in the back, if you're so inclined. I noticed that some folks brought quite a spread tonight. We do have a BYOB&F model, so we welcome you to bring a beverage and snack of your choice. I think there's an Italian meal in that corner, and I see some wine. This is good. We want this to be an excellent experience for you tonight, particularly since you came out on a rainy, cold evening. We do have some rack cards in the back. If you're so inclined, this will take you through the rest of our season, which goes to May. And always check our website. We do have some things that might pop up. We also have a new flyer, and we're always looking for volunteers. So if you're interested in helping us out or supporting us, please grab one on the way out. We will be having 2 sets tonight with a brief intermission. And I guess without further ado, I'm going to begin introducing our talent tonight. And I'll say, have you guys heard Julie Autumn Ford or Jeff Howard in the past? Awesome. I'd be clapping too, but you know. Couple of words about Julia. She, of course, was part of Belle of the Fall, and she may even tell a story or two about that. But most recently, she and Ryan Elgin, our assistant director, who I think is still outside directing traffic, spearheaded a benefit concert for the people of Ukraine. Thank you. And thank you for those that joined us. But these guys did a yeoman's job, and as a matter of fact, I kept this on the screen because Julia designed this for us, and it was an integral part of that benefit concert. Julia was part of that duo that performed here in the packing house for our very first concert in 2015. And so she's quite special to the packing house. As a matter of fact, if you drive by, her portrait is on our mural here outside, along with Tracy Walton when they were Belle of the Fall. So there's a history. She's a special person here. And of course, Jeff has been here one other time playing with Tracy and talk about some awesome guitar work, which you'll see tonight. But without further ado, I'm going to turn this off, and I'll try to raise that and introduce Julie Autumn Ford and Jeff Howard.
This is a song about death and how close we all are to it. Just kidding. Imagine if that's how we started the evening. Just super dark. This is a song about life and how little we have left of it. In the early morning light, I kissed the moon goodbye and waved farewell to all the fading stars. As apprehensive as could be, she rose and shone her rays on me, and as she caught the last remaining dark, she said, we're one step closer to the end. How many pages left do we have to turn? We're one breath closer to the last. Already the moment we're in this past. In the middle of four white walls, he confessed he wasn't afraid at all, and that by the grace of something he'd survive. As poignant as could be, he pledged his fidelity and said to live isn't always to be alive. One step closer to the end. How many pages left do we have to turn? We're one breath closer to the last. Already the moment we're in this past. Ooh. Caressed by the waves of time, they stood amidst the tides, and not for 1 second ever wondered why. Answers took the form of wind and swiftly blew right through them without even the blinking of an eye. They were one step closer to the end. How many pages left do we have to turn? One breath closer to the last. Already the moment we're in, already the moment we're in, already the moment we're in has passed. Thank you. Thank you. Is it? I was gonna say, is it usually this light in here? It felt like a school assembly or something. It was throwing me off. Not that I don't love seeing your beautiful and sparkling faces, but that was a little much. So this next song that we're gonna play, a while ago I was talking to somebody about this music store in New York City, and I couldn't remember the name of it, and I still right now can't remember the name of it, but I used to go to it all the time, and I was trying to explain it to a friend of mine, and I was telling him, like, it's this very tiny space, and very narrow room, and you can't even see what color paint the walls are because everything is just covered in these like old, grimy, antique instruments, and the ceilings are like yay tall, and there's grimy instruments hanging from those as well, so you're like ducking and weaving through this place. And so I was telling a friend of mine this, and he was like, I don't think I've ever been there, but I think they have a live music series, and I think I've seen a video of the tallest man on earth playing there.
I didn't know that's where it came from. I talk too. I love the
So-
tallest man on earth.
Well, so here's the thing. I'm not super familiar with the tallest man on earth. So upon hearing that there was a video of the tallest man on earth playing in this tiny, tiny little music store that's like 3-foot ceilings, my first thought was, how did I not know that the tallest man in the entire world is a musician? I feel like I should know that. I feel like everyone should know that. And then second thought was, like, I hope with all of my might that he is a ukulele or a piccolo savant, you know? And then my third thought was, it's the tallest man on earth. It's a band. So then I came to
I think it's mainly one guy. I'm not super up, but
it's one guy. But what do you call one guy with a band name? It's a band, right?
it's a band. There's no bands anymore.
So anyway, so then I'm like, okay, so now I'm thinking about the tallest man in the world and all of like the trials and tribulations that are specific to that, you know, that flavor of existence, being the tallest person in the whole entire world. And I became fascinated for like an hour about the tallest man in the world, and rather than research the actual tallest man in the world, I wrote a song about what I think the tallest man in the world, like what I think his life is probably like. He probably has like chronic migraines from hitting his head on doorways and cabinets and clouds, and he yeah, so anyway, the song is called The Tallest Man in the World. It's not about the actual tallest man in the world. But I think I might do a sequel. I think I might actually research the tallest man in the world. So then I'll have the tallest man in the world, and then I'll have a song called The Actual Tallest Man in the World. And then maybe I'll research just a bunch of people who are the most like something in the world.
Just
And
get
I'll
the-
make like a I don't know, like a Guinness Book of World Records concept album.
We'll go to Barnes and Noble one of these days. And
Yeah.
pick up the newest Guinness Book of World Records.
Yeah, we'll pick
Flip
like
through
8
it.
of them, you know?
Come out with an album.
8 of the coolest people. Or 8 of the most something people. Anyway, this is called The Tallest Man in the World. He is the tallest man in the world. He hits his head going through every door, and they all think it's funny until he looks down and with one fist raised says, "Who's laughing now?" He is the tallest man in the world. He is in love with Earth's shortest girl. Isn't it funny how love knows no bounds? He tells her of the sky, she tells him of the ground. Oh, the world seems far too small. Looking down from far too tall. All he needs is somebody who understands that everyone somehow is the tallest man. He was the tallest man in the world. He had his heart broken by the shortest girl. He said the pain in my head is like the hurt in my heart. Life's like those doorways, dear, whenever we're apart. Life's like those doorways. Thank you. So I have a dog. That's really all. I just wanted to let you all know that I have a dog. And I'm also working on a new album. And, well, so my dog sings. We have a lot in common. We have like the same hair color. I like wearing black wing eyeliner, and he has like black wing eyeliner markings. And then we also both like to sing. I have video proof if you don't believe me, but there are some people in this room that know my dog very well, and I feel like you can attest that he does in fact like to sing. So I brought him into the studio recently to track him singing. We mic'd him up, and we got him to sing. And so this next song that I'm going to play, it's called Earthbound, which is a song that I released years ago, but I'm re-recording it for this album, and I'm having my dog sing on it with me. Because it's one of those songs, too, like, so the melodica, he really likes the melodica. What is it?
Melodica. That's what I say.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. The melodica. He really likes the melodica. Something about the tone of the melodica gets him going. See, I feel like it's melodica.
Yeah,
The tone
say
of
it
the
how you want
melodica
it.
gets him going. And then also like sirens and things like that. And then also this song at the end, when I'm playing it at home, he does sing along with me. So he'll be on this new album. I got a tune. I'm sorry. I care about your ears too much to have kept going. Actually, I'm perfectly in tune. Never mind.
Me. I was the culprit. Well, here we go.
Things sure have changed, they seem about the same as of now. Context differs, meaning beyond any doubt. Flying, we can't feel the ground for now. Through me, you see through me, I'd like to know how. I can hear you thinking out loud. Doused in definition, wings are breaking down. For now. Thank you. And this next song is an old Belle of the Fall song called Sweet Harmony. I feel like I should just leave the cap off, right? That seems like the way to go. Yeah, the song is called Sweet Harmony. Somewhere between a lesson and right, I feel more lost every time I'm found. Can you feel gravity pulling us down? Sing with me, sweet harmony. Say the words, carry me through the night. Let's set fire in the shadows as the planes fly home. All the lights disappear into sweet harmony. Back and forth with the tides, all the tension you can't fight, caught in the waves with no land in sight. We may be lost, may never be found. Can you feel gravity pulling us down? Sing with me, sweet harmony. Say the words, carry me through the night. Let's set fire in the shadows as the planes fly home. All the lights disappear into sweet harmony. Sing with me, say the words, carry me through the night. Let's set fire in the shadows planes fly home, all the lights disappear into sweet harmony. When the way seems to be too dark, you're not too far, find me. When you're bursting at the seams, find me in the shadows of harmony. Thank you.
Julia, you know what I call that at the end of Sweet Harmony? In the shadows. That's the American Idol moment. Does anybody remember? Okay, here I go, right? American Idol peak, like, Paula Abdul years. And there was the really good singer, and there'd be that moment of silence. And then Simon Cowell would say, as he never does, that was fantastic. And America really bonded in that moment. And that was what I felt, right? Simon Cowell would have been sold. Not that it matters.
Thanks, Jeff. So I think I overheard Tom talking about how Belle of the Fall was the first group to play here. I was trying to listen, and then Jeff told me that I shouldn't Google myself, so I should just not listen to what Tom was saying.
Can I say why I say that?
Sure.
Taylor Swift doesn't Google herself. She's doing something right.
So I think I heard Tom say that Belle of the Fall was the first group to play here. And Belle of the Fall used to open all of our shows with the same song. We would play Many Worlds, which was one of Tracy Walton's, who's the other. For those of you who don't know, I was in a duo called Belle of the Fall. It was me and then Tracy Walton. And we both wrote songs separately. We never really co-wrote. There was one song that Tracy claims we co-wrote it, and I don't think that we did. So that was the one. But other than that, yeah, I don't really know where I was going with that. I was trying to say that that this was the first song that was ever played here in general. So I thought it'd be cool to play that. It's called Many Worlds. It's what key do we play it in?
It's your call.
Trying to be consistent with my keys, because I got used to playing solo, where I can play whatever I want in any key that I want, and no one can tell me otherwise. But now I'm trying to stay consistent.
I follow you.
We're gonna be in B flat, which, in my opinion, is the best of all keys. It's a great key. Anyway, Tracy, this is a song that Tracy wrote. It's called Many Worlds, first song that was ever played at the Packing House. And Tracy felt like there weren't enough pop songs about quantum physics, which is a valid point. And so he wanted to write a quantum physics pop song, so that's what this is. It's about the many worlds theory. There's many worlds and they're all true. In one I fell in love with you. In some we laughed, we cried and danced. Some worlds had other plans. There's one where we never met. At least it hasn't happened yet. There's There's even one where we are friends, but the tension never ends. I want you to fly to the world that satisfies you. Go there, knowing I often think about you, if only for a night. We could find forever, may this be the night. Many worlds collide. As many worlds as there might be, and one you fell in love with me, and one you always run away, but in most of them you decide to stay. There's one where you're always blue, and there is nothing I can say to you. In a few you're forever young. Wish I could find my way to one. I want you to fly to the world that satisfies you. Go there, knowing I often think about you, if only for a night. We could find forever, may this be the night. Many worlds collide. I want you to fly to the world that satisfies you. Go there, knowing I often think about you, if only for a night. We could find forever, may this be the night. Many worlds collide. Many worlds collide. Thank you. We're going off set list. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's what the
I
professionals
just said
do.
before we walked out here, we're not going off set list.
But you know who
And
else goes?
it took me 4 songs. What?
You know who else goes off set list? Role model, entrepreneur, local hero, Tracy Walton. Who here knows Tracy Walton? All right? Yeah, shout out to Tracy Walton. I also know him, and I think I know Julia through Tracy Walton, owner of On Deck Sound Studio. So yeah. He brought us together. And he also goes off set list.
Do Spain? Yeah. Not too far off, but off nonetheless. So I wrote this song when I was in Muncie, Indiana. One of the best parts about touring is okay. So a lot of the time, like the owner of the venue will kind of like put you up at their house, or there will be like a regular of the venue that will put you up at their house, or just strangers. But one of the best parts about touring is that like just like befriending the animals of the people's homes that you're staying in. That was always one of my favorite parts. And I was saying in Muncie, Indiana, someone's house, and I walk in the house, and immediately I'm just like, all right, pet radar. Like, let's find who and what I'm cuddling tonight. And there was this little gray cat. So I was petting him, and then he walked out this door, and so naturally I followed him into outside into this like beautiful garden. It was very like a fairy tale garden, and there was this tree in the middle of the garden. That was, I don't know what kind of tree it was, but it was very bulbous. Like, here's the trunk, and then the branches went like that, you know? And so they sawed off the innermost branches, and then sawed the legs off of a chair, so you have the seat in the back. And then they took that, and they screwed it into where they sawed off the innermost branches, so that there's this, like, a chair inside of a tree. And there was this cool ladder to get up to it. So I went and sat in the tree with my little cat friend, and had a ukulele with me. And I sometimes think that it was the tree that wrote the song, and it just kind of used me as a vessel to get some of its thoughts and feelings out into the world. Because the song is about, it's called Spinning Around the Sun, and it's about, there's two ways to look at it, right? The optimistic way is that it's about the resilience of the planet that we live on and the strength and resilience of her. The pessimistic way is that it's about just how like trash human beings can be and how destructive we can be. So you can, whichever one resonates with you, you can go with that meaning. So yeah, the song is called Spinning Around the Sun. And songs, for me, they always have like movies attached to them. Songs are very visual experiences, and whenever I write a song, I'm kind of like describing the movie that I'm watching in my head, and then for as long as the song exists, every time I play it, I see the same movie in my head. And this movie is a lot of fun to watch. It starts off, just so we can all start off on the same like scene together, right? It starts off that it's raining, which is kind of perfect for today, right? So it's raining, and to us it looks like rain, but really it's the earth. She's looking down on herself, and she's like looking at all of the havoc and all of the just terror and water bottles on the ground and stuff, and she's just she's crying. I like to keep things light, So this is called Spinning Around the Sun. Teardrops fall from her eyes as she looks down at all she's compromised. Though she's lost, we've so sadly won. The earth keeps spinning round the sun. Night comes and suffocates the day until light breaks the chains away. Though the war is all but done, the earth keeps spinning round the sun. Must we grow to see the other side? How far must we fall till we see nothing's there? What do we have to show? And all that we know has gone. The earth will keep spinning round. The earth will keep spinning round. The earth will keep spinning round. The sun. Thank you.
You know, Julia, if you had
What,
written
Jeff?
if you had written that song in the old days, way back when, the lyrics would have been, "The sun will keep spinning around the earth," because we used to believe that the earth was the center of it all.
Yeah.
Way
The
back.
sun will keep spinning round the earth.
Yeah. I think that like
That's got a
I
nice
think
ring to it.
medieval times.
Yeah.
I think that was the Galileo. His whole thing was like, hey, it's not that way, right?
Yeah.
We also used to think the earth was flat.
Some do. Some still do.
But the thing is, it was the normie perspective to
Yeah.
see the earth as flat. So,
It's wild.
yeah.
Fun facts with Jeff. Let's do more fun facts.
Another fun fact?
Yeah.
Oof. No, I need a song to generate it. We
Okay.
get a song, a fact, song, a fact, song, fact.
Okay. Do you want to do Apple and Play?
Sure.
Or
I'll do Apple and Play.
Okay.
So this is so Julia, working with Julia, she's been so supportive and kind and wonderful, and she's encouraged me to perform some of my own songs, and that's really cool. Because Julia, would you say as a songwriter, it's you're putting a state of vulnerability out into the audience?
Sure.
Yeah. See, Julia has been doing the songwriting thing more than me. I'm the guitar guy, but I wrote this song pre-pandemic, I think we'll say 2019. It is about falling in love, my experience falling in love with another male who works at the Apple store. Right? And Julie, you're not gonna be doing guitar for this one. All right.
We just put this together yesterday. And I'm bad at memorizing lyrics, and I also can't see from far away. So
But we
that's
also
far away for me.
give you a very professional product. I fell in love with an Apple employee. He's got a girlfriend, but I choose not to believe. What a tease. This is just what I need. We started talking about Mercedes. He said he dreams of a G-Class SUV. AMG combines sport with luxury. And when I look in his eyes, I start to stutter. The things I do to his body, I wouldn't utter. The way he folds his hands, I start to truly believe the boy was meant for me, the Apple employee. I fell in love with an Apple employee. We talk so much, his boss must be pissed off at me. He can't see that the boy is meant for me. His uniform was a dark blue navy. His job is talking to customers amicably. I can see he's an asset to the company. His eyes are teal like the peaceful waters. I wonder what he's like undercover. Based on his verbal inflections, I'm sensing a theme. The boy was meant for me, the Apple employee. I wonder if I'll ever see him again. I need his number so I can reach him. I'll play it cool if I blow my cover. At least I tried, there will be another. Maybe he's looking for something open. Maybe I'll be the only one to reach him. Maybe it's all in my head and I'm living a dream. The boy's never meant for me, the Apple employee.
Jeff Howard. I love that song.
Thank you. Thank you, Julia. All right, here's the fun fact. There was a lick I was playing in between that. This lick. I'm going to play it again. What lick is that from? Yes, we have a Gen Z in the audience. What song? Woo-hoo, I look just like Buddy Holly. Well, it's Buddy Holly. Yeah. I saw like a YouTube video where someone superimposed that lick over like every song, and I was like, oh, that's my thing now.
Okay. Let's do, want to do Nowhere at All? Okay. Yeah, do we want to? Yeah. See, this is why I can't go off set list, because then I just can't get back on ever. Yeah. Let's do that one. Hi, Angie. I have a fun fact. That's my best friend, Angie. You want to stand up and like do a twirl? We were born on the same day in the same hospital, less than 20 minutes apart. Yeah, we go way back. We hit it off in the nursery, and then we like took a break for 9 years, and then rekindled. Okay, so this next song is called Nowhere at All. I found an old, what are those called? I found an old auto harp at a tag sale or a yard sale, and it was like strings were broken, the wood was falling apart. It was very just old and musty, dusty, crusty, decrepit. And but I'm a romantic, and so I looked at it and I thought, this thing has one more song on it, you know? And so I took it home and I tried to find the song that was left on it. And I was sitting on my couch, and I don't play auto harp, so I was like, teaching myself how to play it enough to write a song on it. And I was sitting there holding this auto harp and sitting on my couch, and I was like, how crazy is it that I'm sitting here on this couch in this living room, in this apartment complex, in this town, in this state, in this country, on this continent, on this planet, in this solar system, and I kept zooming out until I felt like a speck of dust. But you can only zoom out so far until like just nobody knows.
Oh man,
you know,
good.
You go far enough, and it's just nobody has any idea where we are or what we're doing. And I think that's you know, I think that's equal parts like terrifying and gut-wrenching and also like beautiful and comforting, that no one knows. And so I wrote a song about that. It's called Nowhere at All. I don't know whatever happened to that auto harp. I feel like
It only had one song in it. So.
it did. Yeah, it could, like, maybe someone else found it and had the same idea, but I feel like for the sake of really rounding out the story, this was the last song that was ever written and played on that auto harp. How can you look away? How can you never change when we're drifting in a vast nowhere at all? How can you take a step? How can you know what comes next to when we're drifting in a vast nowhere at all? I can see it now. Can you see it too? I'm here now. Are you really here too? How can you know what is true, and how can you decide what to do when we're drifting in a vast nowhere at all? How can you know where to look, and how can you know what to find when we're sifting through a vast nowhere at all? I can see it now. Can you see it too? I'm here now. Are you really here too? How can you not look away? Can you really ever change when we're drifting in a vast? We're only drifting in a vast. Can you believe we're drifting in a vast? Nowhere at all. 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 Thank you. I feel like I've been facing this way the whole time. I don't mean to be ignoring you. I feel like I'm going to play this song, like singing right to you. It'll be like a moment for us. We're going to do a couple more, and then we're going to take a short little break. We'll do casting, cold, or bending of light. Let's
do cast.
Okay, so this next song, some songs I feel like I actually wrote, and then some songs like I inhale, and then I exhale, and the song is there, and I didn't actually have anything to do with the process, and I feel weird like taking credit for some songs because I'm like I didn't write that, you know, it came out of me, but I didn't like do anything. So this is one of those songs. It's called Cast It in Gold. I feel like I have to really enunciate that or else it just sounds like cast it in gold, you know? And I don't know. Cast it in gold.
Yeah, it's a beautiful image.
Thank you.
It's worth enunciating.
Thanks. This feels actually really, I feel like I have to be this way.
Yeah,
I'm
well, I did
sorry,
feel
there's
a
no
little left
offense.
out.
I feel like I have my back to him and it's just, it gets weird. Okay. Calling me back with the same voice, like an autumn leaf. Well, I don't have a choice but to fall to the ground, to be buried under snow where I won't make a sound. I won't make a sound. How did it feel letting me go? Everything you wanted, I became. Who would have known that at the end there'd be a start? You emptied out your lungs just to fill up my heart, to fill up my heart. I small finger promised and solemnly swore only words worth hearing I would say, nothing more and nothing less. But by the time I spoke, your ears were deafened by your truths, your eyes were blinded by the lies I never told. We took a silver lining and we cast it in gold. We cast it in gold. Thank you. This next song, we'll do one more and then we'll take a little break. It's called I Walk the Road. I was listening to John Prine. Oh, I guess there's no one was excited about John Prine. Usually there's like one person who's like, yeah, I fucking love John Prine. But I was listening to a lot of John Prine one day, and I was just obsessing, and it was all I listened to all day. And then by the end of the day, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna write a John Prine song. And so I wrote this song. That's totally not a John Prine song. It's 3 chords like a John Prine song. And I feel like the first line is very John Prine, like I walk the road. That feels like something he would say. And then I just kind of pivoted from there. I was waiting for you to say the fact.
Oh, the fact?
We just played a song, so
I'm
if you
sure a
didn't
fact
know.
passed through my head, and
We'll
it's
give you another
now-
song to think
It's
about.
gone like that harp.
That's fine. I'm getting excited now whenever we're playing a song. The
I'll
whole
get
time I'm like,
facts.
man, I wonder what
I'll
his
get
fact
facts.
is going to be.
Yeah.
Ready? I walk the road, I chose the road, I walked it yesterday, and I'll walk it tomorrow. Don't know when it ends, not sure where it goes, but I hope that it finds you. I do hope that it finds you. I walk the road. Everything's the same, though it appears to be changing, though it appears to be fading. It's all still there, just where it's always been, surely where it'll always be, right there in front of me and over there beside me. Everything's the same. Strange. The more I look, the less I see. The less I am, the more I'll be. The more I take, the less I receive. The more I find, the more I lose. The more I know, the less I can prove. Isn't it strange? I walk the road, I chose the road, I walked it yesterday and I will walk it tomorrow. I don't know when it ends, not sure where it goes. I hope that it finds you, I do hope that it finds you, I really hope that it finds you, I truly hope that it finds you. I walk the road. Thank you.
So, Julia, it's not so much a fact as it is a bit that you are well aware of, one that we came up with and did a little rehearsing of during the sound check. Do you know what I'm talking about? What are they giving to musicians these days? In the olden times, not way back when they thought that the center of everything was the earth, but just 5 years ago, you're a musician and you get offered water. But I learned something new today. They're offering musicians, or here, Julia and I were offered seltzer. The question was seltzer or water, and I've never been given this choice. And the takeaway, before Julia informed me of her experience consuming seltzer as a musician, the takeaway was there's a lot of lamenting, about the state of things. There's a lot of there's darkness surrounds us, but they're giving seltzer out to musicians. They're giving seltzer out to musicians, and I knew a time when it was just water. And not only is it seltzer, but it's seltzer in multiple flavors. What flavor of seltzer were you offered, Julia?
Raspberry, lime. I stopped him at lime, so there's probably more, I'm sure.
This is new. But then, Julia, what happened when you were offered the seltzer? Or what happens when you once you consumed the seltzer, you had reached a certain point?
What happens when I consume seltzer to a certain point?
Yeah, you said, I can't have this seltzer anymore.
Oh, it's hard to sing when you have seltzer. Yeah.
So that's the downfall. But, you know, it's something new.
Pre-gig seltzer, you know?
I didn't know. Yeah.
It's great.
So,
Thank you, Tom.
yeah, thank you, Tom, for, you know, for giving musicians the option, water or seltzer.
We're going to like break for 10.
Oh, yeah. We'll see you soon.
My 3 words have 2 meanings, but there's one thing on my mind. It's all for you. And it's dark in a cold December, but I got you to keep me warm. If you're broken, I will mend you, and I keep you sheltered from the storm that's raging